What if I told you that the global economy began thousands of years ago with something as simple as exchanging grain for stone, long before banks existed, long before money, credit cards, or even countries? People were already trading with each other, and that simple idea would eventually create the global economy we know today. This is the story of how international trade began. Our journey starts more than 5,000 years ago. In the ancient world, different regions had different resources. Some areas had fertile land for growing crops. Others had valuable metals like copper and tin. Some regions had precious stones, spices, or rare materials. People quickly realized an important fact: they could not produce everything themselves. If they wanted goods they didn't have, they needed to exchange with others. This led to the first form of trade, a system known as barter. Under the barter system, people exchanged goods directly. A farmer might trade grain for tools. A craftsman might exchange pottery for food. No money was involved, only goods and services. At first, trade took place between nearby villages, but as civilizations grew, trade expanded farther and farther. One of the earliest known examples of international trade involved the ancient civilizations of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. Thousands of years ago, merchants transported goods across long distances using rivers, animals, and primitive boats. Archaeologists have discovered evidence showing that these civilizations exchanged products such as cotton, beads, metals, and precious stones. This was among the world's first international trading networks. As trade increased, new opportunities emerged. Merchants began traveling across deserts, mountains, and seas in search of valuable goods. Among the most famous traders of the ancient world were the Phoenicians. They became master sailors and established trading routes across the Mediterranean Sea. Their ships carried products between Africa, Asia, and Europe, helping connect distant civilizations. Over time, trade routes became larger and more organized. Perhaps the most famous trade network in history was the Silk Road. This vast network of routes connected China with Central Asia, the Middle East, India, and Europe. Despite its name, the Silk Road traded much more than silk. Merchants transported spices, gold, silver, textiles, paper, jewelry, and countless other goods. But trade did more than move products. It also spread ideas, inventions, religions, languages, and cultures across continents. In many ways, the Silk Road became the world's first global connection. As trade became more complex, barter started creating problems. What if one person wanted grain, but had nothing the farmer needed? A better system was required. This led to the use of precious metals such as gold and silver as money. Eventually, civilizations began minting coins with standardized values.
Trade became faster, easier, and more reliable. During the Middle Ages, demand for Asian spices grew enormously in Europe. Items like pepper, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg became incredibly valuable. Some spices were worth their weight in gold. The desire to access these goods encouraged explorers to search for new trade routes. This search led to the age of exploration. Famous explorers such as Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama sailed across unknown oceans in pursuit of trade opportunities. Their voyages changed world history forever. New continents were connected, new markets emerged, and global trade expanded on an unprecedented scale. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Factories could produce goods faster than ever before. Steamships, railways, and later airplanes dramatically increased the speed of transportation. International trade exploded. Products could now move across the world in days instead of months. Today, international trade is worth trillions of dollars every year. Countries exchange everything from oil and food to technology and automobiles. The smartphone in your pocket may contain parts from dozens of countries. The clothes you wear and the food you eat may have traveled thousands of miles before reaching you. But despite all our modern technology, the basic idea remains the same as it was thousands of years ago. People trade because different places have different resources, skills, and products. What began as simple exchanges between neighboring villages eventually became a global economic system connecting billions of people. And that is the incredible story of how international trade began. A story that started with simple barter exchanges and grew into one of the most powerful forces in human civilization. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more videos about world history, economics, finance, geopolitics, and the hidden forces that shape our world.